Hello. Let's turn the volume up. 100 would be fine. Wait, 1 minute. Hello. Let's turn the volume up. Okay. 100 would be fine. Wait, 1 minute. Hello. Let's turn the volume up. Okay. 100 would be fine. Wait, 1 minute. Hello. Okay, now it's echoing. This is not good. Okay. Oh, that's why. Okay. This is good, right? Okay, now it's echoing. Not good. Let's see how this goes. Oh, that's why. Okay. This is good, right? Okay, now it's echoing. Not good. Yep, okay, stream volume is good. Alright. Now we're set up. Well, everybody, today we're going to be developing the FA-36, the new iteration of the 30s. I kind of started with I think the A, and I developed a more aircraft carrier friendly version, the B, and then I made the C, which is more conventional looking, and then I moved on to make the 36, which is the Vigilante right here. I hear that swimming. It's kind of loud. That's the fly mod, by the way. You can find it on the workshop. I forgot the guy who created it, but it can be a little useful for making thumbnails and stuff. And oh my goodness, I left a bit of paint here. Yeah. As you can see, the wings are a little different, and there's a counter here, obviously, and the paint job is a lot different. So if we look at the C version here, the wing shape is, of course, different. I changed it a little bit on here. It wasn't so different to that one, but I did kind of make them slightly shorter wingspan, and I also changed the shape of the wingspan. There's small things like that that I can't quite fix without making it look odd. It has this weird curvature here. It has to have this, really, if I want to make it perfect, but... And then, you know, basic wing changes, the tail changed, color, of course. I also added that speed counter here, which I thought was really useful because normally you'd have to zoom in all the way to see that. And I also added little yellow, bright yellow, basically seat blocks there, or spots where the seat blocks are. So if I go like this, you can't see it. Anyways, there's a mod pack seat there. You kind of have to aim directly on it to see it. It works better when you place a lift down. You just look straight down at it. But it's right there. And if I zoom in, cockpit, of course. Haven't changed the cockpit. I'm probably going to change that to have a larger range. But when you jump out, sometimes you won't jump out all the way. Or maybe you want to stay in the cockpit so you crouch. And that's kind of part of the reason I can't do it. Why I added another seat there. That's on the back that you can jump out using. I just set it there and I painted it that color so that you could see it better where they are located. But you can change that if you want. And then the biggest change so far, as you can see, when I pulled up my wires, what do I want to call it? Wire connection tool, is that what it's called? Connect tool, okay. Well, when I pull up my connections, there are these two massive bars in here, as you can see, that are not over here. And put simply, that is literally the entirety of smooth control. I added smooth control to it. Now, I did make some modifications. It's still snappy, and it's good. It's just if you're going at high speeds, it won't instantly like it won't be twitchy. Like I would love to show you an example, but I hold on. If I did I make one? No. Yes, I did. Okay. So normally, if you use like these simple controls here that just has multipliers on it, this is very old. Wow. As you can see, it instantly switches, but at high speeds, that's the wrong button. That's the right button. Let it gain some speed. It tends to be a little twitchy, so watch. We gain some speed here. And it's not very smooth. I feel like I made this slower than it was the last time. Anyways, when you're going at high speeds and you have instant wing motions, I've noticed that it tends to just jolt in that direction. It's not very accurate. And this sucks. Oh, you had a cannon on this one. And rockets. Oh, and that. Yeah, this is this is a couple years old. Anyways, that was the entire premise of why I had smooth controls, and I've had many different versions. Like, for example, some of them I added a timer that would only activate some of the wing pieces at once, and that was helpful, but it just wasn't what I was looking for. Anyways, and as you might know, this is kind of one of the fastest jets that I've built. It's kind of sci-fi and futuristic in my opinion. I really like how it looks from here. Like how the intakes are on the top instead of the bottom. And I don't know, it just generally looks pretty cool. Anyways. I also had a name to it. And that's kind of the general gist of what I've done so far to it. Anyways, I'm gonna add a couple more things. I'm gonna just fly around real quick to show you what it looks like. I changed the control layout slightly to fit what I'm used to. Might as well take off here. So you can see a little smoother. And I noticed something that was on the Invictus, the F-64, that was making it not as good, in my opinion. And it was, the smooth controls were way too gradual. Even these are a little too gradual. I might change that. But basically, like, instead of, like, pressing the button and, you know, having it turn, you'd have to, like, hold the button down for it to turn. Whereas this one, you can just press the button, it'll, you know, or it'll roll. And if you hold it down and let go, it's still pretty accurate. But on the Invictus, the controls were so gradual. This is kind of loud. The controls are so gradual that your rolls and your pitches. I mean, your pitch was basically accurate, but your rolls were not very accurate. So you'd end up holding it down, and then when you wanted to let go, you'd keep going. You know. And I want to find a balance, and this was kind of the balance that I found here. The cannons and the rockets are still the same here. And that's basically it so far. So I'm gonna add a few more things because it's not finished in its development. I need to add variable lift control. As you can see, there's wing pieces there. Those teal parts are the wing pieces, and they're set to they have a fixed wing position, and I want to change that, so I can press a button to change that. Can you hear that? I really hope not. Probably. Sorry. I apologize. Anyways. God, that is so loud. Someone mowing their lawn today. Or a leaf blower. Anyways, please bear with me. Anyways, I want to change that so we can, change how much lift we got. And then, I also want to mess around with, because, like, right now, if you want to add stuff to your wings to launch, it doesn't have... Turn my notifications off my phone. I should prepare for all that. Anyways, if you want to add anything to the wings, you have to directly connect it to the seat, which I just don't prefer that. It's kind of unreliable at times. I mean, if you press the button, it will work, but it's just, the fact is that the switches move in your seat. Like, if you... it's kind of complicated. Anyways, I prefer a much simpler control than that. So I'll probably do that. Yeah, that's really about it. I can't really think of anything else I want to do. So first, starting on that gradual, that variable lift, I'm gonna open it up for you guys to see real quick. So as you can tell, it's a little bit larger than last time. That's because I did a few things that are different here. So I made it slightly modular. So as you can see, when I press the buttons down, get closer, goes up, back down. But like, it goes back to the center quicker than it did before. So if I want to do like a little gradual control, I can just press it like that and just keep tapping it. And then if I want to go all the way, I just go all the way, and then it returns back to... So basically, the difference here is it returns back to center faster than it will, I guess, pick your angle. I'll explain the differences here real quick, really simply. So, white output in the back, as you can see, it's hooked up to these. That is your output, right? And your input from your seat goes right here. So those are like the main, that's the input and the output. And then the variables are really simple. There's, this one is the limit, like how far it will turn. That's the dark gray. The light gray, I think, is, I think it's a reset value, or... Yeah, it's a reset value, I think. Hold on, I have this written down on a paper. Okay, so... Simply put, this white part's the output, this part's the input. If you're taking it apart, and you want to, like, put a different system in here, I guess, I don't know. But that's basically all I need to know. If you're trying to mess with the wings, or you're trying to mess with the seat, these two parts are the input and the output. Input, output. Input, output. Anyways. And if you want to change it up, because you don't like how it does things, how it works. This is the speed, which is, it kind of regulates how fast it does everything. It doesn't do it perfectly, but if I set it to 4, for example, you'll see a big difference real quick. So if I go back in, as you can see, it's a lot faster now. We can put that back to 2. Or here, I'll go to 10, actually. Careful, though, because it's not exactly perfect. As you can see, it went way past it right there. And it takes a while to center back. Simply, or basically, what why it does that is because um, it's multiplying it. How do I explain this? It's multiplying it by 5, so it'll turn. If you add 2's up to get to 25, the highest you'll go is 26 if you're going over it, if that makes any sense. But if you add 10's up to get to 25, you'll go to 30 before it stops it. And if you're adding 20's to get to 25, right, then you'll go to 40 because it will stop it at 40, if that makes sense. It's kind of hard to explain. I'm not very good at explaining it. Down here, this is the zeroing system, which is basically, this will stop it, this will return it back to 0. So you can basically change this depending on that works. I might as well just take a picture of my drawing and put it in like a community post or something, or link it. But this is the limiter. This stops it from going past where. This just puts it back to 0, right? This is how fast this works. So right now it's set to 3. To explain these yellow pieces, it's basically the increments. So when you set this to 10, that means that these wing pieces will turn in increments of 10. When you set this to 4, then that means that this will go back to 0 in increments of 4. So it'll go like 16, 12, 8, 4, 0, you know. And then this will go up by increments of 2, for example. Wait, 2? Is that right? I feel like that's not right. I swear it goes faster. Anyways. That'll count up by 2. You can make it go faster. You can set it at 3, so it goes 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, you know, all the way up until it, like, gets to 25 eventually. And it'll stop it, or it'll go over. Usually it goes over before it stops it. Because tick speed and stuff. This black piece is kind of, it's a sensitivity. So this back piece at the end, this kind of chunk here, will tell you when it, like at what point will it reset it back to 0, because this will just keep twitching back and forth if you don't have it set back to 0. So that's just kind of at what limit. So if I set this watch to 30, something really weird happens. See it much faster, it sets back to, because the sensitivity is a lot wider, so it sets back to 0 a lot faster. And if we set this to 0, see, it does that. So the sensitivity, it's so precise that it waits until you hit 0, which it never will hit. And now it centers. Yeah, this is just a reset block. Yeah, that's really about it. Probably, I don't know if I will, but I might take a picture of my notes on this. Or if you request it, I can explain the entire thing in a separate video. It's like 20 minutes long. Anyways. That's kind of the explanation of how I built that. It's all just a bunch of, like, less than, you know, or greater than values. Oh no. Okay, let me redo that. So right now we're gonna work on these wing pieces here, which basically regulates the lift. So right now we're gonna see what they're set to. They're set to 20. This is gonna be really simple, but what is this hooked up to? This is hooked up to those. Okay. I'm gonna have to move that. Should I put it here. So let's get a controller out. Yep. Put it in the back, because I think the back is going to be the best spot right now. Right there. That's actually a really nice spot. Okay. What is that? Oh, okay, okay. So, god damn, you are really hitting it with the leaf blower over there, man. I'm just gonna reset all this. Connect the pistons to this one. Now we're gonna set this to 4. Four, fast. So now they'll all extend to a length of 4 when they sense the ground. Did I? Yeah, basically. Okay. Yeah. Alright. So now they're reset. Shouldn't have to worry about that now, which gives us plenty of room over here. So I'm just going to set a switch down. I think I'm going to do a different kind of switch. So I wish I could just search up. I can. Okay. I was going to say, I wish I could just search up and just have what I want here. And I have it here. Anyways. Where is it? We're going to get a special switch block. Yeah, let's use this one. Where do I put this? How do I do this again? Hold on. It was a... Was it a plus block? I think it was a plus block. Okay, let's get some logic, because I forgot we need logic for this. So, 1, 2, 3. Still wish I knew how to use a smart sensor. It'd be so useful, I'm telling you. But unfortunately, you can't read the description, and nobody explains how to use it. So... Potential is not unlocked. Or full potential. Anyways, what did I just... stop. Cease. I gotta disconnect this now, or I can just place it back down. That'd be easier. 20 is kind of fast. I'm gonna set it to 19. Actually, no. Yeah, 20 is actually a good number. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna add that there. Is that okay? It's kind of difficult doing this in multiple layers because you're trying not... Oh. Stop jumping. You're trying not to attach it to any of the blocks above, to any of the pieces above. That's kind of difficult, so you have to be real careful with it. Okay. Yep, okay, that's working. So what you're saying is if I add a switch here... Wait. How do I do this again? I'm still forgetting. Yeah, it increases it by 1. But what I don't want to do is increase it by 1. I want to increase it by double the amount, or let's go with 15. Yeah, that's here. 1, 2. Okay, see, the multiplier block only does an output when 2 pieces see when that's on. When all the inputs are multiplied together, then it gives an output. I think, or it just sets it to 0. I think. So that means, yup, okay. See this plus block, as long as it's receiving an input, like it'll be activated. Like if I have an input, basically, That's going to give 0 because this is 0 when it's off. So it's not going to add anything. But when I turn it on, then it will add the extra 15 because, you know, it's 15. That's going directly into there. Yeah. True learning experience, guys. Okay, let's save that hardware. So now we're going to test that out. Yeah, okay. We can plug that in. So that's number 9. We don't really have to change that yet. Keyword yet. We will have to change it though. If the control is better. Anyways. Power up. Press 9. And look at that. That's our extra lift right there. See if we are flying normal, right? It's like completely straight. Okay, now we're okay. I should probably turn that 20 down by 1 because when I'm flying normally it still pitches up slightly. If I press 9 though, that activates that extra pitch control, and now we're, yeah, I mean not pitch, lift. I mean it kind of pitches. Anyways, we're gonna crash land to the ground. Set that to 0. Turn it off, and we're pretty good. Alright. That's basically done. I'm gonna try that with some weight on it. So I'm just gonna make a few modifications. So this, let's set it to 19. I want to fly with that on instead and see how that changes it. Might change it to 19.5 if that's better. This value, I want to just double it because I think that's gonna help a lot more. It might be overkill though. Okay. So we're gonna, yeah, mod pack. We need a specific few blocks. So we want a disconnector to, because I just want to throw some concrete on it for weight, and then drop the concrete mid-flight. Where's the connector piece? Okay, that took me way too long. Decoupler. All right. Where's center? That's about center. It's about roughly the weight of your average thing. Besides, if it was heavier, I don't think it would be heavier, to be honest. If it was, I'd only use 1. So I'm going to demonstrate why I need a selector. So if I were to put a button on each of these, or a switch, I simply just wouldn't have enough connections. And that's like, well, duh. But then you'd think, okay, why don't you just connect them? Because you can activate them all by number 10, right? Or at least one at a time by number 10. And I would do that, but you don't get to select which one. And sometimes I have like missiles of different types that I want to use. Let's speed up. Gain some speed. And then lift. And just like that, that was like the perfect weight, huh? That balanced it just fine. That's really surprising. Ooh. Yeah, I can feel that. It's definitely a difference you can feel there. Or not literally feel, but like, it's real sluggish. It's like you turn the acceleration all the way down. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna drop them one at a time, I guess. So here's without the extra lift. As you can see. Wait a minute. Didn't change. That is weird. That is actually really weird. Whoa. She normally pitches down like crazy when I have too much weight on it. Is this not enough weight? Should I add more weight? Because this is like heavier than most average, missiles I put on here. It just seems to have slowed it down. Okay. Oh, there's no connections. Oh, dang it. Well, I do know that when I add missiles, it does offset the basically center of where we have what do you call that? Center of lift, I guess. Watch this landing. Beautiful. Anyways, that is something I do want to change. But it seems with that extra lift, it kind of didn't do much. Interesting. And like the only down pitch that there was, or whatever, was only because of I changed the value from 20 to 19. Because 20 seemed to pitch it up. Anyways. Just gonna go ahead and disconnect all these. Because they weren't connected. Then we're gonna do a liftoff real quick. Without anything on it. So we're gonna get some speed and then we're gonna take off. See, there is a lift difference here. So right now it's going at about 38 degrees is the pitch of the wings inside to generate this lift, I guess. Because that's like the only way I can think of making it. I don't know if I'd call it lift really, because lift is normally made by an airfoil and there's no airfoil for that. So this is kind of the closest thing I got to lift. And the center of lift is kind of in front of where it should be. Anyways. Yeah, this is fine. It does slow down a lot, though. I forgot exactly how fast this goes. I could probably check that out. Anyways, next step now. Oh. My next step I'm gonna have is I'm gonna make the pylon control. Take a look at the wings, you can see the difference here. So on this one, it's more like a straight version, with more sharp angles, whereas this was like really smooth, and I didn't like how smooth it was. Because like it come down here, and then it would move, and it would kind of come back slightly, and I just didn't like that. I just wanted it to cut down at sharper angles. It just felt better like that. Um, all right. I'll just cover that up. Now we're gonna add um pylon control. How am I gonna do this? So let's see, because I have limited buttons and switches spaced right now. So I have cannons, rockets. That's my speed, of course. I need that. Air brakes is one simple control. Um, and then of course engine. Now 7, 8, I can move those, so that's nice. I don't really want to move 1 and 2, so I feel like right now I have like one of the best possible setups. So I'm probably just gonna disconnect 7 and 8, which is your functions, so I can add them later because they don't actually need like a slot you can add. They just need to be connected to the C. It doesn't actually have to have a slot. It could be number 10 for all I care. Well, here's an example of getting stuck, and then there's the C that you can hop into to get out. Or you can just break your way out, I guess. This glass isn't actually destructible. Like, it's destructible, but it doesn't... It's not a, like, normal glass. It's harder. And I kind of don't like that, but... Anyways, I think I'm just going to do it like how I normally do. So we're just going to... How do I want this to be? I can have it just flat. I think I'm going to have a bar design. And then have it like connect to 2 logic pieces. So okay, here we're gonna do this real quick. We're gonna grab logic pieces. I want to put them. It's right there. Good. Yeah, that's good. That's good. And then I'll paint those yellow so you guys know which ones they are and where they are. I'll do the same on the other side. One piece. So that's going to be what you're connecting it to. Also, here you kind of have to have that color in order for it to work, because that's just how the mod pack works. That's kind of the decimal place, I guess you could call it. It's cool. You can see the fins of the rockets at the back. They're very small. I probably could use the larger one, but then it'll be off because that's like a 2x2, whereas this is a 1x1. Anyways, back to what I was doing. I think I'm gonna create this off the lift instead of doing it on, for the sake of simplicity, or off the creation. So we're gonna have a block here, and then we're gonna have a switch. And it's basically just gonna cycle through it. We're gonna recreate what I did, but I want to make it simpler if I can. 1, 2, 3. So these are gonna be your equal. And then we're gonna have your numbers. So this is gonna be here. How about we do this? Oh wait, I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. Okay. I got redo it again. 1, 2, 3. There you go. So we got 1, 2, and 3, all the way to 3. And then this will cycle through 1 through 3. Right? We gotta do this though. So if it's, we gotta make an equal to argument for a specific part. So let me disconnect this here. Reconnect it. Uh, uh, I could get these closer together if I wanted to. Okay. Just gonna put the switch right there. I'm gonna put this here. This is gonna connect to those. So watch. It's at 0, goes to 2, goes to 3, goes to 4. That's selection. Right there, that's literally selection. We gotta get to reset because if it'll just keep going on and on. See, now it's 5 and I want it to be reset back to 0. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put some math in real quick. Yeah. Yes. Go. And this basically just will say this is a value here that says if it's greater, no, that's the wrong input. If it's greater than that, okay. Is that connected? Are these connected? These are not connected to anything. Okay, we're gonna do this right quick. So that goes to there. These two go to that. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is recognizing the number counter, and it's gonna see if it goes above the number 3. And if it does, then it will reset the system. It did not work. Wow, there we go. I forgot to connect that. Okay. See? See, now it just selects through them. Okay. If you didn't catch that, what I did there is I put a counter with a button, and the counter would go up each time I click the button. And what I did was I set them equal. So this counter, I'd connected them to each of these equal signs, so that, and I connected these number logics to the equal signs. And basically, whichever number it's at, so right now it's at 0, this one's at 0, so it says, okay, these two are equal, so let's output that one. This one's 1, and when it goes to 1, see now it's 1, then it will input that one because it's equal, and so forth till we get to 3. So that's for all 4 pylons. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or 3. 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. And this, the reason why it doesn't go above 3 is because of this little input here, or input output logic 8, whatever you want to call it. That takes the input through here and recognizes when it's above the number 3, and it will send a white input, and the white input the white input will reset it back to 0. So see what it did right there? It recognized, so watch it again. It's going to recognize that it goes above 3, and then it's going to activate the white logic to reset. Ready? That's what it does. And that's pretty simple. There it is. That's kind of the premise of how you build logic. Now what I gotta do is save as. There we go. We can save that again just in case. Okay. So now let's get force selector and then a visual onto. Where we're gonna set this. I think I'm gonna set it right there. That's like a perfect spot. Really. I have an idea. I'm gonna put its display on the top. Because I think I might like this being here. Um, wait, no. That's wrong. Wait a minute, I gotta move that. I think I'm gonna put it right there. Yeah, I like this display spot. This is nice. You can always just delete these pieces if you don't want them. They actually have no um, outputs to anywhere. So you'll be able to delete these if you don't want them. Just replace with cardboard. But I'm gonna find a spot for this. Um, this looks good. So how long is it? It's 5. Can I get rid of that? Yup, okay. And how far back does that go? Oh, I got plenty of space. Okay. I got plenty of space. Yeah, look at all that space I got. That's a lot of space. Okay. Um, oh yeah, I got plenty of space here. I could back it all the way up to here if I wanted to. Push it, whatever. Um, I think I'm gonna set it right here for sake of simplicity and like less wires crossing over each other. I don't know if it's a bad idea because I might need to use that for other things later in time. We're about to find out. I can always delete it and repaste it. So what did I just do? Nothing. Okay. Alright, we're just gonna finish the surgery. Here, let's get the mod pack back. I like to use the mod pack over a lot of things instead. Just because I feel like I feel like everybody has it. Um, yeah, I like that spot. Okay. So I'm gonna do this. Okay. First, let's get rid of these two. Let's get down to business. To defeat. You know, we watched Mulan in my history class not too long ago. That was pretty cool. Actually, that was pretty long ago. That was like a month and a half ago, I think. Anyways, 8, 9. Here we go. So, where's 9? Where's 9? That's right, I forgot about that. That's right. I forgot about that. We gotta... Yeah. Nope. I'm gonna get rid of those keyboard pieces. They're kind of annoying. I downloaded a mod for it thinking that, like, I could, use the rest of my keyboard, which you can't do that. If I could use the rest of my keyboard in this game for keybinds, then I would have, like, a flight simulator setup for this, but I don't think I can do that. I wish I could do that. That'd be awesome. Flight simulator setup for scrap mechanic. Weird, but awesome. That's what I was gonna do. So we're gonna change this real quick. So yeah, that's right. Alrighty then. And that is it. Not finished, but that's sealed. So it should start from 0 here. So we're gonna start with the outer side. So that's gonna power the outer, then the other outer, then left in, right. That's not right. Simply put, I did it backwards. That is not right. That's the right input. Sorry. Okay. So we're going to start with this one because this was the correct one. Silly me. Then this one. We go over here and then this one. Okay. Now, I don't want to reconnect the controls yet because I haven't quite finished it, but we look at it from here. There we go, see? 0, 1, 2, 3. That's not connected to anything yet. Back to 0. Okay. So now we're gonna do the other part. Oh boy. Okay, how am I gonna do this? Which one should be the outer pylon and which one should be inner? Because we're gonna connect your controls to this. Which will be which? So if I connect this one here, this one would go to the inner spot and they wouldn't overlap. Whereas if I did that, then they would overlap. So, no, that should be the outer. This should be the inner. Because if I did this out there and then this, then they wouldn't overlap and it would look right. Right? You'd think. Maybe this is a little more confusing than I thought. Outer, inner, outer, inner, outer, inner. Yeah, that makes sense. Right. Okay. So, outer, inner, outer, inner. I need to keep that. Okay. Know which one that is. I mean, I do know off the top of my head, but just to make sure I don't forget. And now I'm rambling. Okay, so which connection was it that we had? It was number 8. We're gonna kick number 8 to them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we're gonna do some button mapping because these are kind of in random positions now. As you can see, other outer, inner, inner. You got display up top to tell you which one it has. There you go. So that's a pylon. The pylons mapped. Now the buttons map. Those I'm keeping the same. Power, of course, I'm keeping the same. Air brakes and power. I like where those are at. That's my lift, and these. I'm not gonna lie, I do like where they are right now. For me, because I have buttons on my mouse, my numeral buttons on my mouse. Basically have a numpad, which is nice. But for other people, where would they want theirs? So you can use these two with the mouse. And that's, you kind of be using those more often. And your power, oh, okay. Wouldn't be using your lift very often, so you wouldn't have to take your hand off of that for that. Where would you put that? I guess that's okay. After all, you could remap the buttons. Um, I'll have to put in the description where they are, though, to understand which ones are what and how you're going to reassemble it. Okay, now I can reconnect these, because I think, I mean, in my opinion, that's a good spot for all that. Other people probably think differently, but that's what I think. That's right. You know, now I think about it, I could use a button selector for the engine, but this is kind of already simple for the engine right now. Okay. This, I like. I don't think there's any other modifications I'm going to do. Probably small ones. But that's the general creation so far. Here we are. Okay. Oh, wrong button. Phase. Oh, failed project. You know what? Hold on. I'll show you what this was real quick. What is this tracking right now? Tracker, okay. Shush, dog. Okay, we're gonna track her down real quick. Alright. Watch. That didn't work at all. Okay, what if I try it again? I broke it. As you can see, this is why I discontinued it, because it's, quite frankly, really complicated. And I just don't want to work on it. Anyways, that was kind of how that worked. The idea was it would go straight up in the air. It would just turn once it hit a certain altitude to just completely be level and plane. It would kind of hit like a 90-degree angle. Here, I'll just visualize it. It would go straight up, and it would turn, and then it would slowly make its way towards the target until eventually it hit a certain radius, where it would just kind of drop and go down. But the problem was that it was very complicated, and I didn't know how to tweak it to be correct because how complicated it was. So I just kind of got really tired and just decided, no, I'm not feeling like it. Anyways, I forgot to get rid of that painted block in the back. There we go. Okay. Now we can take off. First I want to put some stuff on like I wanted to a second ago. What am I feeling today? I'm feeling that. Yeah, I like that. Or no, wait a minute. Yeah, that. There we go. Alright, disconnect it from the rack and then reconnect it. Oh, where's my center? Yeah, it's roughly my center, okay. I'll do that. That's about in the center. As demonstrated earlier, I should not have to use my extra lift, quote unquote. So you can see those are all the bombs attached. Now we gotta connect them. Enter, I forgot. Outer, enter, and they're crossed. I don't know. I really don't know what to do about those. If I just flip it, then it might get confusing, but if I don't flip it, then it might still be confusing. Let's just fly the plane. um, Here, I'll get a truck out to hit. Get a vehicle. Oh yeah, wait a minute, where is it? Is this... I was gonna show you something real quick. I forgot about these. I want to try using them again because it was a really interesting idea. Basically, it would launch and it would go after the target, whatever target it was, and then like once it hit a certain distance, it would just speed up, and like once it got close to the target, it would just go zoom. It would just go wee and then hit the target, which was the idea. As you can tell, it's another prototype, so it clearly did not work. Anyways, we're gonna take off now. So I'll set the speed all the way high and then press the power. Alright, I should test the speed on this, I'm not gonna lie. Could have used my alternate lift for that, my extra lift to take off, but I didn't. These bombs are very light. They make barely any difference. These are like the lightest payload I have so far. Other than just like connecting a switch to a decoupler on like a tiny little 1x1 bomb. This is like the only other thing I have. They're kind of mid, to be honest. I don't like them that much. Is it really small? Anyways. Didn't hit the truck, but it made it move. I probably should have set the truck over there so I don't have to go by the edge of the world every time I want to hit it. Anyways, as you can see, our controls are really nice right now. Go back for it again. This time, is that the wrong button? Did I not connect that? Oh, that's the wrong button, that's why. It's number 8. Ah. Maybe I should switch that. Yeah, I'll switch that when I'm done, because I like it the other way around, at least. It's kind of fast. You know what? Next time I go over, I'm going to hit the air brake, so I slow down a little bit. For my next pass. Alright. Come back around. There's air brakes. Now this should be a lot easier. Oh, I bet that hits. Aww. Let's see how that affects our movement. So, of course, there's a difference in mass. Oh, I don't even see a difference. That's crazy. Okay, it's slightly going to the right, but it's such a subtle difference, I couldn't notice it until I actually got a little more speed. So apparently, these bombs are incredibly light. That's crazy. They kind of suck though. They're just straight up garbage. You have to really... Yeah, that's not landing either. Yeah. Alright. It's kind of the reason why this has rockets, because, launch. Real close. Ah, dang it. Thanks, Windows. Or Mozilla, whatever. Alright. I'm gonna drop the bombs one last time. I'm just gonna go straight back to rockets. I'm gonna try the other kinds of bombs next time. Finally! Okay. Let's see what we got. Oh, there goes my audio. I can't hear the wind. I had to get really close though, and normally when you're fighting against targets that, fight back, you know, um, you don't want to do that. Anyways, one of these bombs. Yeah, I don't think that'll be fun to drive. Oh, I can't even open the door. Open up. Move. There we go. Yeah, that's not particularly fun to drive. Yep, okay. Well, that did enough. Anyways, we're gonna try a different bomb. Let's see how this holds up to a bomb that has wing pieces on it. So, no. Hmm. I don't like that one that much. Yeah, let's do an A2. Okay, so this one should like spit spatter around where it would be. As you can see, these are quite large in comparison. They do hang quite low. I just thought of a song. You probably know which song it is. Anyways. So that's the inner, so yeah, see inner, it's inner. That is if it's there, in the back, but sometimes the switch isn't always in the back. Anyways, speed up. And then 7. Which surprisingly didn't work very well. Okay, if I turn off 7, there it is. So now it pitches down. I think that's just because of the wing pieces. I might just get rid of the wing pieces. We can see it here. I turn on 7, which is extra lift. It goes completely straight. And it's slightly slower, but it does go completely straight. That's really slow. Anyways, I'm gonna... Oh, I didn't put a target down. Here, I'll hit these water towers then. Actually, wait. Nah, I'll go get a target. Well, we'll do a landing. Smooth landing real quick. that was missing a pretty big keyword called smooth. Get me out. I was not expecting that. A smooth landing. Missing the smooth part. Alright. So... Again. Oh, there we go. Then... Again... Inner... Inner... And let's get 2 trucks. 2 truck. Truck. And truck, but sideways. There you go. Yeah, that should be good enough. Good enough. Good enough. Yeah. Triple good enough. Lift off. It doesn't make too big of a difference on the pitch. I mean, it's noticeable, but like, it's not Terrible. Is I'm gonna let just one of them off and see what happens to it. So that was bad. That was bad. I gotta do it again. Uppy, uppy. And then no. Ah, dang it. Ah. I gotta stop resting my thumb on the space bar. Please don't crash. Okay. There we go. My space bar is just so comfy. This is one of the only games that I have problems with resting my thumb on the space bar, because like any other game, like it just never happens. But specifically Scrap Mechanic, it's a persistent problem. Probably because it has greater consequences. Okay. One more time. Let's see what that does. That was actually close. I'm gonna try this one more time. Okay. That did something. I actually hit the truck. Hmm. Ah, I was off. You know what? Maybe I need some lasers. I might do that. That was bad. Let me try that again. All right. Rocket run. One more time. One more time. Please. Ooh, that was actually kind of nice. We're going pretty fast right now. I think that's lag from me hitting one of the trucks. They come back around. You have to hit it directly, but if I don't hit it directly, then it just knocks it about because the blast radius on it. Like the impulse radius is really large, but the blast radius is really small. So... Ah, I missed again. Alright. Well, I guess that really concludes my development. I think I'll make a few more changes. I might release like a gameplay video of like me using it. Maybe I can get my friend to learn how to fly a jet, and we can do a 1v1. That'd probably be some cool footage. Um, I might stream it. I don't know. I do notice that like when it comes to videos that are like half an hour or longer, it takes a long time to export them. So if I'm gonna do like a long video, I just feel like I might as well just stream it, so it doesn't take hours. Like it took me a a day overnight, some more time to like export it. It took me like basically an entire day. I had to wait until the next day on the same time where I could post it, or it was posted. Anyways, nothing really here. I did kind of trim the front off though. If I had larger rocket pods, then this would be better. But then again, if I had larger rocket pods, then I'd be shooting for a longer period of time. And I do kind of short passes. This is pretty good. That's incapacitated right there. I mean, it could move, but like you have no control. So yeah, that's actually pretty good. I like the performance with this a lot better. I'm not too sure about PvP. I'm gonna have to try that a different time. Um, I don't really like the AI fighter pilots because they don't really simulate. I mean, they do what they're supposed to, but they just don't quite simulate a dogfight as I would want them to. So I think I'm just gonna stick to trying to PvP. Anyways, that's my stream today. And this is the Vigilante or the F-64 so far. I might do another stream. I'm probably just gonna do a video though, or other way around about this. Also, you'll find out in the workshop pretty soon. I'm gonna make a few more changes to it. I'm probably gonna revamp the cannon on it to be better because it's kind of slow and it doesn't have enough firepower. And while I could just use a smart cannon, I don't. I don't know. It seems better to actually use like a cannon piece than a smart cannon. It kind of seems like cheating because you can just set like no recoil and everything, and it's. I don't know. Anyways, so that's my video or my stream today. See y'all next time. Goodbye.